Hello everyone, welcome to the QuesterMage, a Mage's Quest to talk about games. In today's video I want to talk about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles The Cowabunga Collection coming to the Nintendo Switch. Please note this is not intended to be a review of the game itself. I tried to collect relevant information on the games, digest user feedback while adding my own observations and or opinions, condensing these into an informational video which I hope is helpful and or enjoyable. We have a few videos talking about games, mostly arcade and retro on the channel. If you'd like to watch these, then please take a look. If you like our content and want to help the channel grow, please click that like, subscribe, and notification bell for more of our content in the future. For this video, I'll be focusing on the regular retail version of this game for the Nintendo Switch. At this time, I can't find any special or collector's editions for this game. Please stay tuned until the end of the video where I will show you a 3D render of what I think a TMNT amiibo could look like. Please let me know your thoughts. Starting off with what we know, this game does seem to include our friend Game in a Box. Not its nemesis Code in a Box, but Game in a Box itself. This collection is based on the 1980s cartoon and comic book series and not the most recent TMNT showings. Their website calls this the most comprehensive collection of Konami TMNT games are coming to Switch. This game being published by Konami and developed by Digital Eclipse, known for other retro collections on the Nintendo Switch and for Arcade 1UP to work on some of their cabinets. As far as the launch date is concerned, on their website they mentioned the game is expected to ship in 2022. As far as the available regions go, the website mentions it will be available in the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. This game will be available for the Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X and S, and on Steam. In total, there are 13 TMNT games listed in this collection. To avoid saying the words Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles again and again, I will just say TMNT or I'll refer to it as the subtitle. As far as the arcade game goes, we have TMNT and TMNT Turtles in Time. NES games wise, we have TMNT, TMNT 2 the arcade game, TMNT 3 the Manhattan Project, TMNT Tournament Fighters. On the SNES, we have Turtles in Time and Tournament Fighters. On the Mega Drive we have another version of Tournament Fighters and TMNT The Hyperstone Heist. And on the Game Boy we have the following three games, which is Fall of the Foot Clan, Back from the Sewers and Radical Rescue. In this whole list, 11 games will include the Japanese version. TMNT Arcade and Tournament Fighters for the NES didn't have a Japanese version. Even though some of these are the same titles on different consoles, some of the games were quite different. Given the example of Tournament Fighters itself, they even had different characters depending on what console you had this game on. Features wise, on the website they're saying they're working hard with Digital Eclipse to adapt all these classic games for modern consoles. We have features like save and load states, rewind function, button mapping, multiplayer, which you have two versions. You have the online play, which will be compatible with TMNT Arcade, Turtles in Time Arcade, the Hyperstone Heist on the Genesis, and TMNT Tournament Fighters for the Super Nintendo. This also has local play, and they mentioned that with local couch play for all titles where originally intended. A digital game guide will be included for every single game. They say this is to help players fight and sometimes swim through difficult areas. Once again we see the museum return in another retro collection. This one including loads of extras using imagery from the cartoons, the comics and other TMNT media content. Apparently it will also include never before seen development art, sketches and game design material. So when it comes to what we don't know, will there be any collectors or special editions of this collection? If there are going to be any other editions available, hopefully they'll all be available before the launch of the game. This collection being developed by Digital Eclipse hopefully will have some screen filters added, especially as we have Game Boy games here, so it would be nice to have the old monochrome look as well as the green look for the Game Boy, and possibly also throw in there the Game Boy Color variants. Now, as there are two arcade games included in this collection, it would be nice to include the artwork from the original arcades themselves as border art for these arcade games. For the other games, it would be nice to actually have some imagery as border art as well. On the TMNT Arcade 1UPs, there were a few changes made to the games themselves. The intro of the arcade game was redubbed and some of the users were not happy with this change. For this collection, we don't know which version of the intro song will be included or if both of them will be. Basically, we don't know which versions of the games we're getting. The original ones, the new ones, or maybe both. Moving on to any requests. Maybe add a little collectible in the box, like a classic TMNT keyring or a TMNT Cowabunga Collection logo keyring. These little things really do help, at least in my opinion, sell these collections to more fans. I would love a reversible cover that would make the box look like an old VHS of the original cartoon series. I think this would look absolutely awesome and would be a differentiating factor from other retro collections. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, I have made a render of what I think a TMNT amiibo could look like. And of course, I am asking for amiibo to be made as I love the little statues of characters. I think all the fans would love to have different amiibo characters, some of the 4 turtles themselves, Splinter, April, Casey Jones, Shredder, Krang, Rocksteady, Bebop, Baxter Stockman, so on and so forth. It would be amazing to have all these different amiibo, but I think this would be too costly for a company to undertake. So how about just give us an ooze canister with glow-in-the-dark ooze inside on top of a sewer grate with the game logo on it. Something like this. Now this is something that I've put together, hopefully you enjoy it. What do you think? Would you buy something like this? If you would like an amiibo for TMNT, what would yours look like? Let us know in the comments. So what do you think of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles The Cowabunga Collection coming to the Nintendo Switch? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? How would you change it? Please leave your impression down in the comment section. But that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to help the channel, please click that like, subscribe and notification bell for more of our content in the future. And until then, thanks again.